if you think that you have got a unique niche and the way that you are going to sell your digital products, services, coaching programs is going to be way different than anybody does in the industry, because your offer is not make money offer, you're not helping people make money, so your way of selling your offers will be much different. What if I told you that this mindset is actually costing you a lot of money and might be harming your sales if you do not look at it right away? Welcome to day 21 of the Office Turnover Challenge. If you have no idea what we are doing over here, is that we are converting negative ROAS offers that we are running on Meta Ads to positive ROAS. What that basically means that there are some offers that we are running inside this project that are losing money on the front end, and my goal will be to make convert them into making money offers where we actually make some money and take some money home by running ads on Meta Ads. Okay, so having said that, in today's video I'm going to be discussing with you how having this particular mindset is actually harming your sales and costing you a lot of money. Okay, so without much ado, let's dive inside of day 21. Okay, so how the formatting of this challenge is that we discuss the several things that I did or optimized for the day. So we are managing multiple clients, right? For BL, D.Y, and KB are different clients, and they have courses in different niches. So, where I'm going to be discussing about the mindset of you being different or having a unique offer or unique niche, and your way of selling will be different than anybody else, will be inside of KB, which we will be discussing last. So, if you just want to hop in there and just watch that particular part, I have already put in timestamps. You can just go ahead and skip all the part. However, in every offer that I optimize, every single day I learn something from it. So, if you want to stick around, just watch everything. Okay, so without much ado, let's dive inside of the first one. So for BL is in a very interesting niche. She's in a salon business, a scaling niche, and she's helping different salon owners go ahead and no, so she does not have a $67 course. She actually has a service. Okay, so she helps salon businesses scale their profitability using her method of scaling. Okay, and her offer is like pretty straightforward. She's having people book a call, and then she sends people into a confirmation page. Okay, so here are the stats for the week. A deep dive basically means where we look at the stats of the ads that were run last week, and based on that we go ahead and make some suggestions for the tweaks. Okay, and we get better improved results after we make the tweaks. Okay, so having said that, here are the data for the last 7 days. So the CTR is 1.99%, and then the CPM is $104, and the CPC is $5. So for services where we book calls, it's usually the CPC or the cost per click on the ad usually costs us $10. However, for this particular offer, it's like $5, which is pretty great. So the ads are performing well. We do not need to change anything there. And then for the funnel analysis, here are the stats for the past 7 days. The 57 landing page views. We booked one call and we spent $353 in order to get one person to book a call. And that person did not show up on the call. So technically, we did not get any sales and we did not close any deals. Plus, we did not get in any show ups as well. So the booking rate right now is very low, which is 1.75%. So in order to improve the booking rate, I suggested several things. So the first one was to remove the downsell from the page. So this would take people to another page where they would be paying for a $500 offer, right? And then I suggested to change the font style because it was not readable. When I was viewing the landing page, it wasn't visible for me, so I suggested change the font style and then alter the sticky section copy. So there was a sticky section copy, which basically is the sticky section remains constant whenever somebody scrolls through the page, so people can just go ahead and click the button and then they would go to the booking section where they can actually schedule a call with us, right? So I just asked them to change that, and then for I also suggested to simplify the guarantee. So how the guarantee was placed right now was that you have to go through all the modules. Once you implement all the things that we give you and we share the strategy with you, you have to implement that for another 30 days. If that works out for you, if that doesn't work out for you, then we are going to be doing another strategy for you. So we don't want to do that. Now what we want to do is we are going to give people the complete refund if their profits don't get doubled. So that's the promise. If your profit do not get doubled, we are going to refund you every penny, right? So the shift, there was an urgency angle over here as well, which was saying where we were saying that we are only accepting 3 people every single month. So it was kind of like very off. because that's not true. We can accept more than 3 people. So what I suggested was change it into a cohort format. Since we are only going to require to work with like 15 people over the next 6 months, even if we do that, we can get really, really good results. Okay, so that's why I suggested to have a different urgency angle. And then I also suggested to have like change the hero section copy, which is the first section. And then just below that, change all the CTAs. CTAs basically at the button copy. I just suggested them to make it move people away from pain, and at the same time have some valuable button copy. How it was said before was just like join this program, join this program, join this program. So that wasn't valuable for someone to click on it. That cost us a lot of opt-ins, right? So that's why when we have something like this, what it does is like it speaks to the prospect's mind. They are thinking this, and if we say it on the button itself, after reading, after they have read the section where the button is, then it makes much more sense for them to go ahead and click on the button and go to the section where they can book a call. So this increases the opt-in. And then the eighth thing was I suggested to alter the booking section copy as well, and we should be good to go. Okay, and I also suggested to have the budget option as followings: 5k to 10k, because her offer is a 5k offer, and we want to make sure that minimum we have people who have the budget of 5k, so that we can only book quality calls and not have anybody who come in on the call and say, hey, I don't have $5,000, right? That would be a nightmare, because it's costing us a lot of money to even book a call. So the industry average to book a call is like $80 to $150. It is way beyond that. So that's why I suggested all of these changes. And just by implementing this, we would be seeing better results. Okay, so that's for BL. Let's get inside of DY. So DY is in again a really interesting niche. He is inside of back pain and how to cure back pain by simply using some adjustments that he is teaching. And then his offer is kind of working well. CTR link is 3.56%, which is amazing. And then CPC link is like very low. It's just costing us less than, it's costing us $1.50 to get one person to even come on the landing page, so which is great. So the ads are performing very well. We don't need to change anything on the ad side. And then for the funnel analysis, the 197 people went ahead and came to the landing page. They saw the landing page, but then only 4 opted in, which is a lot of money, right? Like 4 people opting in at 2%, where the industry average for an opt-in rate is like 8 to 15%. It's too low. So we would be optimizing the funnel to get better opt-in rate. And then the purchase was just one purchase we got from it. So at a purchase price of $341, so our ROAS is 0.87. So that's why I suggested a few things over here, like change the copy and also interchange the layout of the checkout page to get better checkout rate. So right now we are sitting at 25%. So if we just increase this to 75% or 50% at least, we can get like we could have gotten better results. So that's why I suggested all these changes over here, which is interchange the layout of the checkout page, change the copy, and then create an email sequence for everybody who opted in but did not buy to buy the course right away. Okay. And then another thing that I suggested was current pricing rationale. So what I was thinking is, since this is a mass market, what we can do is we can lower the price to $197 off, because most of the people have back pain. I mean, I do sometimes, but $197, if we keep it at $197, a lot more people will buy it, right? So, knowing that our offer price is $297, even 2% opt in rate is good, right? It's all right. But if we want to increase purchase rate, we want to increase opt ins, we can lower the price to $197. Or we can just keep the price at $297 and keep on attracting premium clients only. So when they pay $297, we know not everybody can pay $297. So when they pay $297, they have the capacity to spend more as well. So what we can do is we can extend our profitability in the backend by introducing a premium value offer and having people book a call with Dr. Like the D.Y himself. So what we can do is in the backend we can have people book a call with the coach, right? And when they do that on the call, he can pitch a $10,000 offer. So this is what I suggested inside of this particular deep dive, because I am pretty confident that we can like he can deliver on this, and at the same time we are gonna get much better results, much better ROAS on the ad side as well, because now we are very close to breaking even on this offer, so we can see better results moving forward. Okay, that's what we did for DY. The next thing that we did was for KB. I think it was KB. Yep, KB. So KB is also in a really good niche, which is post surgery recovery. And then um, the offer price is $97 course. And then she has a sales page and a confirmation page. That's it. So she had some questions about the landing page. So first thing is the content structure. She thought that the entire sections that we had inside of it were more educational um, side, and they were too wordy. So she also said that most of the people who were reading the offer thought that they were being taught at. However, what she did was she was showing the landing page to the people who knew her, so they naturally wanted to just know about the offer without knowing more about the information about her story and so on and so forth. So they suggested that they thought that they were being taught at, rather than them just showing what the offer is so they can buy. You see, there's a difference between a warm audience and a cold audience, right? So if somebody knows you a lot, they have been with you for a while, and then they look at your landing page, so they're already warm enough to go ahead and purchase your offer. However, if somebody is looking at you for the first time, they would want to understand what the trouble is. They would want to know your story. They would want to learn more about your credibility, why you are credible to even talk about this topic. You know what I mean? So that's why I couldn't understand where we are actually teaching them anything, since we were just showing people, having people relate with the offer before they even saw the offer, right? So what I suggested was, if she feels that we are being word heavy, we can reduce the price, and then make the copy very direct. And then she wanted the story placement, which was the fourth section, to come a little higher. So when we naturally reduce the wordings inside of section 2 and 3, section 4 will naturally come up. And then for testimonials visibility, she wanted to the testimonial sections to be way higher. But the thing about testimonial section is that we want the testimonials to be just below the offer, because when you pitch the offer and they just saw the offer, it's even if it's $97, $67, 197, 297, they would want to know if this has worked with somebody else or not. That's the psychology behind adding the testimonials just below the offer, just below we reveal the offer price as well. But she wanted it much higher, so I couldn't understand where can we put it. So I was like, okay, just ask the client where she wants to put it. And then the fourth thing was the flow and the emotional tone. She says the transitions between her story did not work out, so this was a misunderstanding. Then for the offer context, excuse me, she needed some offer context. She acknowledges that the funnel flow might normally work well, but feels her offer is unique in the market. She believes it might require a slightly different structure to resonate better with her audience. So that's what you see, like, all of us believe that our offer is very unique, right? All of us do. I mean, I'm in the make money niche myself, but I still believe that our offer and our structure and our principles are a bit different. But then we have to understand that the psychology of individuals remains the same across any niche, right? What we like, we also have offers in happiness niche, right? We have muscle work niches, very bizarre niches that we never thought that courses could be created within it, right? But we still did that. So we follow the same structure across all clients, and they work, right? Just because they work, we do that. So it would be best if we optimize what's working rather than reinventing the wheel. By simply misplacing the sections, it can call off the audience, like them not understanding what is the flow of this particular thing. I just saw the main headline, the VSL. I'm convinced. When I scroll down, I just saw the story of the client, and then just below that, I saw the offer. But I'm really cold. I don't know. Yes, that would make sense for the emotional buyers, but what about the logical buyers? What about the other kind of like other impulse buyers? So all of this stuff needs to be taken care of. So here's how you're losing money by thinking your offer is different than usual. You see, no matter what offer you have, human psychology remains the same. Here's what changes with niche: the content. it's the only thing that changes with different niches, nothing else. You can have the same pricing across niches where you think people do not have money, like let's say back pain. Like we thought that okay, it's a mass market, so everybody has back pain, but so let's make our offer $27 so everybody can get access to it. But the fact is, if we are selling it for $27, we are not attracting premium buyers. We are just attracting everybody, right? So if we simply figured out, yes, I mean, we just want to serve entrepreneurs who have back pain constantly sitting and working. Now they have money. They can go ahead and buy something else, get a deeper transformation that can save their business, save their family, save themselves with their health, and so on and so forth. So they can pay 10K from that, and we can go ahead and make more money inside of it as well. So the audience might be different, and then we can make a lot of money, create a high ticket offer, mid ticket offer, all of that kind of stuff. We can do that in the most bizarre niches you can even figure out. Okay, so the only thing that changes with niche is the content. What does not change are frameworks and principles, right? Frameworks. So we have a framework around how to create courses. We have a framework around creating landing pages, sales pages, confirmation page, emails. Everybody is structured. All the sales strategy remains the same across niches. If you're selling a soap, if you're selling a soap through a webinar, the format of the webinar remains the same, but the timeline will be much shorter. You see, there's this person who created a 5 minute webinar, and she sold $1 million by selling a soap, right? A 5 minute webinar, but the structure of the webinar was the same as a 90 minute webinar should be, but the content was shrinked. You see what I mean? So the frameworks remain the same. And then the principles, the psychological persuasion with copy that we usually use across emails, sales pages, calendars, whatever it is, we use some principles in it. And we address impulse buyers, emotional buyers, logical buyers. See what I mean? So most of us try to tweak something that is already proven to convert only to find out it does not work. And then we wonder why nobody purchased our offer. So you see, think about think about an operation, right? When somebody goes into surgery, and there's a standard procedure of cutting a body, right? If we tweak the procedure or try to cut differently, the patient might lose a lot of blood, right? It's the same over here in offers, in digital offers as well. The only difference is that the bleed here is of money. Okay, so that's what it is costing you for trying to reinvent the wheel that has already been proven to convert and roll. Okay, if you try to change anything, there might be less sales coming in. There might be some offers that are not going to convert at all just because of how the structure of the landing page is, uh, how we have put our VSL, right? So all of this matters. Like whenever we are hiring people, like that's what Alex Hormozy and the big creators always say. If you're hiring somebody and you're trying to tell them what to do, then you are not hiring them. You're simply having yourself, like you're self-employing yourself inside of that particular job and micromanaging everything. But yes, definitely you get a say. But however, there are some psychological things that would really beneficial, that would be beneficial for you to convert, right? So that's why at the end of the day, if you're getting to work with somebody or you're learning about a particular skill, how to do webinars, and like Russell Brunson is teaching you, I've seen so many examples where people take Russell Brunson's perfect webinar script, where he shows how to create perfect webinars, and they tweak it, right? And they tweak a few things here and there, and they run it. They do not get any sales. They come back to Russell Brunson, and he was like, "Okay, what did you change?" And they were like, "I changed this, I changed this, I changed this," and then he would say, "Yeah, so why would you change the perfect webinar script? It's already perfect." So um, if something is already proven, just go with that. You are going to get the results eventually, right? So it's a game of patience and going through that. And yeah, that's it for today. That's what we did on day 21. I hope this entire video was helpful to you. Let me know in the comment section what was your best takeaway. For me, the best takeaway was this particular part, where sometimes it's not like I don't ever do that, but nowadays, once I understood this entire concept, whenever I hire someone, I'm not gonna tell them how to do their job. I know that I got them. If I have hired them for a particular job, you do you, right? So I'm not going to micromanage anything because I know I have hired an expert. Okay, so just that was my best takeaway. I'm going to see you on the next one tomorrow, and till then, keep creating for a change.